ago, we are now seeing home inspection contingencies in pretty much every single offer. Are sellers potentially still providing a home inspection? Yes, of course, some of them are, some aren't doing it anymore. But we are big fans of it. Why should you use one? Because once again, you have only walked through that property, so let's say 15 to 30 minutes. We probably haven't walked into the attic. We haven't crawled through the crawl space. We have no idea what the septic or the sewer line looks like. We don't know. We don't have a moisture reader. We don't have all the things that a home inspector has and the knowledge. So that's why you should use one. We're not the home inspectors. You're not the home inspector. Let's get one to do it. And how do we find a home inspector? Well, one is us. We are your best resource because we use and work with so many home inspectors. And we've had the joy of having to work with some really good ones and some really bad ones. So we will offer you 3 referrals that you can then call to not only check their website and check what kind of reports they do, how's their scheduling capabilities and things of that nature. What we've already looked at, but it gives you the opportunity to do that. Once you have picked a home inspector and we all show up at the property, there's going to be a lot of questions to ask, even prior to showing up. But mainly it's your concerns, what you want to know about the house. Maybe when you walked through the home, you saw things in the homes that were bringing questions. Maybe you saw some discoloration in the ceiling. Maybe you were looking at the roof and it doesn't look that new, or whatever it might be. Even though that home inspector has a checklist of things he's going to go through, you've hired them, you ask questions. How much is a home inspection to cost? It can run anywhere between $400 to $750, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depending upon the size of the home. But also keeping in mind, not only is there a home inspection that comes, they have packages, but then there's a variety of other things. There's mold inspection you can do, air quality inspections for mold. You can do a variety of infrared type inspections. There's a variety of things that these home inspectors add that you can do add-ons to. I have clients that are like, I want to do the whole thing. I don't care. I'd rather spend, $1,000 and be rest assured that everything is good to go. Some, I'm good to go. I don't need the whole thing. Each buyer has the right to make their decision. We can talk about it in depth also, of course. How long do these take? Normally it's about 2 to 3 hours, depending upon the size of the house. Sometimes they may take longer, especially if you have a lot of more add-on inspection options. Sometimes a little less if the house isn't that big, maybe like a condo where they don't take very long. And that inspection usually costs a little less. Some clients don't bother doing condo home inspections depending upon the age. Some are like, once again, I prefer to just do it because the home inspector is really only inspecting the inside of the home when it comes to a condo, because the outside of the condo is run by the HOA. But each property may be different, so we take each property individually. What should you receive from an inspector? Well, a good home inspection report. I like the ones that come via, obviously, email because they send us a link. We get a digital link. We get the PDF link. We get links that take us to various parts of questions and answers, pictures of what it is that they stated in there that is in need of concern, repair. They put them in various levels where, usually it's, red is stuff that, needs to get fixed, done, repaired. Maybe it requires additional home inspection. We got our maintenance. We got our seasonal. There's a variety of schemes of how they determine the things that need to be looked at more. I.e., like for instance, if there's an electrical panel that's no good, maybe it's being recalled. That's going to be in red because that's bad. And then we would obviously take the next steps with that and ensure we get everything. Sewer scope is usually taken care of by the seller. Costs $200. The sewer scope is taken care of by the buyer, where they run a scope through the sewer line to make sure it's clear. The septic is taken care of by the seller. That's when they send a septic company out there to do a stress test on the septic system. So there is a lot of things that a home inspection will reveal, and it's amazing what it normally does reveal.